Hello, and welcome to Simple and Deep Guided Meditation Series. Today we'll be doing identifying self-judgment and bringing in self-compassion. Before we begin, please make sure that you're in a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted for the next little bit. So far today, have you brought kind awareness to your thoughts, your heart, your body? We begin this topic because it's very important with insecure attachment that we learn how to reparent the places of ourselves that we've long ago abandoned or weren't allowed to engage. We're going to look towards a place of wholeness and healing where we no longer judge ourselves, but we can bring compassion to the broken parts of ourselves and the places where trauma wants to tell us things that are false. So now, as you're sitting in a comfortable position, either lying down or sitting up, feel free to close your eyes and be aware of your breath. Taking a deep breath in to the count of 5, and then trying to release it a little bit more to the count of 7. Self-judgment and self-criticism can be very ingrained through thought patterns, so much so that we don't fully realize they are present. Many of us have a lot of conditioning that negatively impacts the thoughts we hold about ourselves. And many of us are just starting to recognize the ways in which we talk to ourselves or how often we treat ourselves with unkindness. Much like improving our physical health, it's important to first be aware of the ways in which we are suffering as a result of self-judgment. It's also important to not start judging ourselves for judging ourselves. We've been doing our best, and self-compassion is a skill that must be practiced like any other skill. This meditation is for just that. It's to support you in identifying your self-judgment and then bringing self-compassion to meet it. The breath is what anchors us to the present moment because we can't be in the past with the breath, nor can we be in the future. Take this time to take another deep breath. Allow your eyes to do whatever they need to do for you to have the most awareness without being distracted by your surroundings. So, for example, some of us might need to actually close our eyes. But for others, we can just let them be half open, softening our gaze, and letting our point of focus just rest towards a certain area. As we tune into our breathing, it's to help us come into contact with how our body is feeling right now in this present moment. The breath anchors us to the present because it's not only ever happening now or in the future, but right now. So just tuning in and noticing it. Where are you feeling your breath? Is it more in the chest area or the throat or around your nostrils? If your breathing feels a little shallow, what does it feel like to allow yourself to deepen your breath? Breathing right into the bottom of your lungs. Gently explore this without force or without expectation. Are there any sensations or emotions that arise by doing this, by deepening or feeling your breath? Just take note of them, knowing there's nothing to change or fix. All our sensations, emotions, and experiences are welcome right here in this place. If it feels good, allow your breath to deepen even further, right into your belly. Again, notice how your body responds to this. Notice if anything is coming into your consciousness that wasn't there before. And whatever thoughts come up, just observe them. Note them as thoughts and allow them to dissolve. That's what brains do. They think. Thoughts come in and thoughts go away. As you allow your body to be still and rest, you might note that certain ideas or concepts are floating to the surface. You might notice messages like, I don't know how to do this right, or I can't stop thinking about, and you can fill in the blank. You might also notice emotions arising, which is very normal. When we slow down and are still, we create space for things to arise. It's like we're taking our feelings off mute, and now we can hear them. Conversely, you might feel nothing at all, which is equally normal. Many of us, once we start paying attention to what's happening in our minds and hearts, experience a lot of numbness. A teacher once told me, feeling nothing is still feeling something. So if you feel nothing, just allow yourself to have that experience too. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, see if you can just watch it and note whether there are any voices of self-blame, self-shame, or self-criticism coming up. Are you telling yourself you should be doing something differently? Feeling something differently? Are you perhaps resisting this experience and telling yourself you shouldn't be? Is there anxiety about the future, or a sense that this is a waste of time and you should be getting things done? Whatever the critical voice is saying, for now, you're just letting it speak. You're just tuning into the radio in your mind. If at any point this becomes too difficult, ground back into your breath or notice your connection with the earth beneath you. Do whatever you need to do to care for yourself in this moment. Once you're aware of what messaging you're receiving from your brain, sink back into your body a little bit deeper. Notice if there are any physical experiences that might be coming up. You might notice a tightness in your shoulders, a holding in your stomach, a fluttering in your throat, or a sense of numbness throughout. There might be something entirely different. Whatever you're experiencing, just witness it. If our thoughts are like the part of an iceberg we can see above the water, our emotions are the much larger part beneath the surface. Often we first have to witness the thought before an understanding comes that there's a larger emotion beneath the surface holding up that thought. Feelings that come up around self-criticism can be anything from anxiety to varying levels of fear, grief, or anger. See if you can notice and label what emotions are swirling around in your heart, your throat area, your stomach. Can you recognize that any sensation attached to self-judgment is suffering? That you are having a hard time with something? Struggling and suffering are part of the human experience. They are part of being a person who is alive. See if you can try, just in this practice, to let go of the thought that is above the surface and sink deeper into your body. Offer some compassion towards the emotions or feelings you are having. How would you comfort a child you love? You can try placing a hand over your heart or your stomach or around your collarbone, and then placing your other hand on the top of the first. Just experience the warmth and the sensation of care and compassion that comes with your own touch. You can allow your breath to deepen again, breathing into that sense of care and concern. Can you say to that emotion, to that experience you're having, it's okay? Can you allow it to be in your body while offering it some kindness? You can also deliver the message to your whole being by saying, it's okay. It's not your fault. You're doing your best. I'm here for you. I've got you. Whatever feels right. And again, what you would say to an upset child or a pet, see what feels right for you to say to yourself, to the parts of you that are suffering. You can also try placing a hand on your cheek or running your hands on the sides of your arm to stroke with care. Anything that makes your body feel right. We're all trying our best in this life, my friends. And while thinking critical thoughts about ourselves and our actions can seem like a motivating thing to do, or a way to prevent us from getting hurt, being critical and judgmental of ourselves actually causes more suffering. By paying attention to how we talk to ourselves can be a key in unlocking our patterns of thinking. Then, showing care and concern for the parts of ourselves that are struggling can help us to positively transform the relationship that we have with ourselves. The more often we practice this, the sooner we are able to recognize self-critical thoughts. Upon this recognition, we can remind ourselves that we are perfectly imperfect humans doing our best, and that no matter what, we are worthy of love, acceptance, and encouragement. So take just a few more loving breaths in and out of your body. Reconnect with the surface beneath you. You are enough. You are loved. You are safe. You are seen. You are beautiful. Thank you for taking the time to love and care for yourself. You may slowly open your eyes whenever you're ready.